known, generally they're called home-based women workers. They work inside their homes for 30 rupees a day so that they can eat. There are long queues outside looking for wheat at 10 rupees, which the government has subsidized just for Ramzan. But this is an ongoing hunger crisis issue in the country. Given that context, we cannot...
sorry to interrupt, you say that, but time and again we hear about food prices in Pakistan being linked to international food prices, which no one can deny. As you said, there was a food crisis worldwide last year. How much would you say is the international food crisis responsible, and how much is it poor governance and poor management of food, both manufacturing and distribution within Pakistan?
If you look at wheat production last year, while wheat production was going on, the cost of DAP, which is a critical input for wheat production, was nearly 3,400 per bag. It's known as DAP. And urea was at 1,700. Why was these two inputs so expensive at the time that wheat cultivation was going on? Given that they were so expensive means that the cost of wheat would be very high. So the crux of the issue is at the very point when wheat production is going on, they should be subsidized at the point of production so that the poor farmer can make money out of growing wheat. He in our country, because women actually are not given the status of farmers, although they do farm, if we would only subsidize agriculture inputs at the time of wheat production, it would not be such a sad story. But the farmers are unable to really grow the maximum amount of wheat that they can because the inputs are so expensive at that time. So when you talk about distribution, the issue is more of production rather than of distribution alone.
Right, so they're not producing enough because they can't afford to buy the actual initial ingredients to actually till the land and grow those products in the first place.
That is correct. And so many farmers will only put inputs, the very minimum inputs that they can avail given the high prices in the market, which means that the yields are less every year. So we have on one hand the issue of how much are we producing, and then if the land is with the landlords, big landlords who have thousands of acres of land, they don't even use the whole amount to produce. So the small farmer is not able to produce enough for everybody.
Well, why is that? Why presumably it would be an incentive to grow more and use all the land that you have so that you earn more money. Why is that?
Because the landlords don't want to give up the land. I've already told you we had two reforms, one in 1959, the another one in 72. The land reform of 77 was never allowed. And then in 2000, Prime Minister, what was his name, said, there's no question of land reforms in this country, if you remember. Jamali, Prime Minister Jamali in 2000 said it very concretely. And in 2001, we passed the Corporate Farming Ordinance, which allows investors to come in and buy or lease land for 100 years, 99 years, with a minimum ceiling of 1,500 acres. All of this is really linked to a lot of international deals, international trade deals. You've heard of the WTO, the World Trade Organization. There are many agreements within the WTO which are extremely harmful to the small farmer. What you saw today, what 14 women getting killed trying to get food, is just the starting of the story, you know. The big deals are, we have Monsanto sitting in Pakistan saying that they will be cultivating cotton under genetically modified organisms. Those are already killing our land because the land gets more and more degraded with high level of chemicals and pesticides. So its ability to produce more goes down. The more intensive chemical farming you do, the less it will produce. And you will need more expensive inputs, which our farmers cannot afford. Really, we need to look at our production policies because distribution is really based on production.
What you have in the first place to distribute. Okay, finally, what can be done in the short term and immediately to alleviate the food crisis we're seeing?
Immediately bring down the price of wheat and get it to everybody. Don't have these lines. Get it in surplus. There are women standing in lines for hours upon hours. We really need to get it to the market. And today people were saying that they're controlling prices at the retail level. We should really control prices at the wholesale level too. Unless we control the price and bring it down, give free food to the most needy immediately. Otherwise, we cannot solve this crisis. There is a huge hunger situation in this country. There is malnutrition. There are children suffering from food shortages. There are women who are giving birth to kids who do not have enough food at hand. So the basic issue is of distribution, to get it subsidized, to get it free to the people who need it the most.
Dr. Azra Dalat Said, food for thought there, excuse the pun, I didn't mean that. And of course, probably much more to follow up with you. Thanks so much for coming in tonight. Thank you.